Shep, when Donald Trump was elected president 4 years ago, his predecessor invited him to the White House for a private meeting, a tour, and a photo op. But President Trump is not going to be doing any of that for his successor. Instead of what he called a great honor at the time that Obama invited him to the White House, Trump instead is going to leave with a snub. He's not going to meet with Joe Biden before Biden is sworn in as president of the United States on Wednesday. And Melania Trump, the first lady, as you just saw there in the pictures, she's not going to meet with her successor, Dr. Jill Biden, either. Instead of those planning meetings and transition progress reports, what the president has been focused on here in his final days has been planning a lavish send-off for himself at Joint Base Andrews before he flies to Florida ahead of Biden's swearing in, guaranteeing that his last flight on a government aircraft will still bear the presidential designation, Air Force One. And as the Trump family's possessions are packed, he's also working on a presidential pardon for dozens of supporters and high-profile figures. As of right now, Trump is not expected to attempt a controversial pardon for himself or for his family, although one source cautions he could still change his mind. As Trump registers the lowest poll numbers of his presidency, with just 34% of Americans approving of the job he's done, the president is contemplating life as a private citizen, facing an impeachment trial that could begin as soon as this week. He's also trying to figure out who's going to represent him as a lawyer in that trial. I talked to one official close to the president today who said he simply doesn't know who's going to represent Donald Trump in that impeachment trial as soon as this week in the United States Senate. That's unusual, given that we're just a couple of days out at this point. Rudy Giuliani, not an option for that, because Giuliani made a speech at that January 6th event that incited the riot up on Capitol Hill. So as of right now, none of the people who represented the president in the last impeachment are signing up, Shep, to represent him in the second impeachment. And just tonight, we also got word that the president has now signed that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shep.
No, I'm sorry. You know the satellite delay. Please finish your thought.
Well, we just got an executive order from the president this evening in which he reversed himself on some of the COVID travel restrictions on a number of countries around the world that had been put in place last year. That's now going to be reversed under this executive order. But of course, that can still be reversed by President Biden once he's sworn in on Wednesday. So a lot of reversing and back and forthing here in the final couple of days and hours, Shep.
Eamon, some hints at least of a final message or maybe video from the outgoing president. Do we have any idea what that might be and what might be in it?
We don't know at this point what we might see. There's also the question of the traditional letter that presidents have left on the Resolute desk in the Oval Office for their successors. No indication of whether Donald Trump plans on doing that. We did see a final message on video from Melania Trump, the First Lady, and we'll just have to wait and see what we get from the outgoing president, Shep.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.